Hi guys, I'm Tony and I am the Bored Housewife. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Guys, we are going to talk about 5 things I love about having locks. Some days it's hard. I am not about to come on camera and lie to you guys and say that it's completely easy, simple, and I never have a bad hair day, because that would be a lie. I definitely do. I definitely have bad hair days and days that I'm just like, never that I want to get rid of them, but more like, what did I get myself into and when is this going to be over? When am I going to look like I have locks and that they are mature? But let's start off with number 5. And these are not in any particular order, so take them as they go, okay? The first thing that I love about having locks is the versatility. It's almost like it's different from having loose natural hair. But it's almost like having straight hair in a way that I can do a lot more with it than when I had my loose natural hair. My loose natural hair, if I didn't get it pressed on a regular basis, was curly. And I have, as I mentioned in other videos, I have about 3C, 4A hair type, 4A in the back, about 3C in the front. So my hair would be doing its own little thing. I kind of feel like if it was one grade of texture all over, I would have been more comfortable as a loose natural wearing with my hair just in its curly state. But most of the time I wanted to wear my hair in 2 puffs, like 2 puffs, just because that's what I was more comfortable with. I didn't just want my hair to be in a curly afro, and that had a lot to do with my own personal self-esteem and how I just felt like it didn't look good on me. Not to say that somebody else couldn't, and I got so many people telling me that I just need to find the right product, but there's only so much money that you could spend on all those products, like trying thing after thing and it just not working for you. The thing that I love about having locks is that, you know, it doesn't really matter what hairstyle I choose. It's never a real struggle. I've never tried to do do a updo style or anything like that yet, but I kind of feel like I feel empowered to be able to do so in a way that I never felt when I was a loose natural. That leads into number 4, why I love my locks. I feel like it's a lot easier to manage as far as products. Yes, there's a lot of different products out there that I can go with, but to be completely honest, I most of the time use the exact same thing. I use my tea tree tingle from Trader Joe's. I use aloe vera gel that I got from Walgreens. I use different oils and essential oils that I get and continue to get from Amazon. So it just feels like I know what works. I know what works because so many people have done the legwork for me, and luckily most of the things that work for them have worked for me. On the flip side, tea tree oil doesn't work as well for me. I love tea tree itself, tea tree oil itself, and I like the way that it smells. It's also incorporated in the shampoo that I really love to use, but as far as just oiling my hair, it doesn't stick around. It's not hardy enough of an oil. I don't want something that's super thick that kind of is sticky or weighs the hair down like castor oil, even though I have not fully tried that, but that will be my next oil. I feel more comfortable using grapeseed oil. And the lovely part about that is so many other people have used grapeseed oil and said this oil works great. So yes, there is a certain level of trial and error, but just not the same as when you're a loose natural. There are seemingly a billion curly hair products out there, but if you ask anybody with curly hair, just because it says made for curly hair on it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. But on the flip side, oil is supposed to oil your scalp and, you know, get rid of dry skin and this and that. All oils, to most extent, do that. Some are going to work better than others for you. It's just trial and error in the sense what works best versus what works at all. So my third reason for why I love locks so much is that I think we get so caught up in having long hair that how do I want to say this? me personally, I grew up feeling like your hair is not your identity, but it means so much. It means so much to the point where if it was all cut off, who are you? It changes who you are in general. It changes everything that somebody could feel about you. And I don't feel that way today, but I do feel like that growing up that way and having those feelings of that I have to have long hair to be beautiful made me feel like I couldn't cut my hair. And the times that I did cut my hair, I suffered extremely with feeling depressed afterwards, because I felt like people didn't think I was as pretty. And that could have been all in my head, because nobody said that. Nobody once said, you were much prettier when your hair was longer. No one said that, but I felt it. I felt that way. And that really does have an impact on somebody's self-esteem. And at that time, I just felt like, I made the worst decision. And I said in another video that I told my husband, if I ever tried to cut my hair again, just stop me by whatever means necessary. But ever since I started my locks and I did my first wash, they shrunk so much. And since they shrunk so much, I got to have the feel of having short hair and being able to do all these really cute like short hairstyles, mostly just wearing it down and it kind of looking like a bob and stuff like that. So I really have enjoyed that, and I never would have been able to have that as a loose natural, because even times where I did cut my hair with the hopes to have this, it more came out to be just a frizzy, curly mess that was untamed, and no matter what I did to it, it didn't want to do what I wanted it to do. And even though my locks don't do exactly what I want them to do, usually the end result is pretty much the same. So I really enjoy the ability to have short hair, if that makes sense. Number 2. Are we on number 2? I think we're on number 2. I love being a part of the community. I feel like having locks makes me a part of a unique community, and I love that. I love feeling like I have a kinship to these other people. I'm in a group on Facebook, and these are thousands of people who give their advice or just ask questions, give statements, put up just pictures of themselves. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels good to be a part of that. Good to see where people came from, all these different nationalities and locations and places in their journey. Like, there are people who just started out, like, who are barely a week, people who like me who are just coming up on half a year, people who've had it for 20, 30, 40 years. It's just amazing what you see. It's amazing what you can see when you're a part of something like that. And it kind of just opens up the door to be able to talk to a person about something. And even though I haven't had that moment yet where I'm just out and you kind of get that head nod, like, you got locks, I have locks type of deal, because in the front probably most people can't tell that I have locks yet. It's an exciting thought that one day I can be a part of that they see me as one of them on Facebook in this group, and that one day I could be out in the street just doing my own thing, and someone could recognize me simply because of my locks. And I love that. And then the last reason why I love locks, the low maintenance of it. There are things that I have to do now that I didn't have to do before, but to be 100% honest, it cut the work in half. When I was a loose natural, I constantly had to worry about what my hair was gonna look like, what was I gonna do to it. And yes, I didn't personally take care or have control over my head, if that makes sense. I didn't like the way that I take care of my locks now. I retwist them. I'm responsible for them. They are my babies. They are what I do everything for. That's not how it was when I was a loose natural. I went to a salon and I had a hairstylist who took care of my hair, and she was a great hairstylist. But constantly having to shell out money, take time out of my schedule to go to these places, to have someone else's hands in my hair, and for someone else to be responsible for my hair. It took away something, a feeling, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a bond that you have with your hair. That took away from it. And ever since I've gotten locks and that I am the one taking care of it, it does matter to me if it takes, 2 hours or 12 hours. Yes, it does matter. But I feel like I'm not constantly worried about it. Sometimes I just wake up, shake my head, spray it, and go. Like sometimes I'm just, not worried about it at all. And that's a good feeling. There are so many other things in my life that I have to worry about, constantly worried about everything, that my hair is not one of those things that I want to have to worry about. Not all the time, at least. Once a week, will I worry about it? Sure. Once a month, do I have to retwist it and worry about it? Yeah, that takes time. But am I sitting every day thinking, oh, I have to is there a twist out that needs to be done, or I gotta sleep in this bonnet because then it'll get frizzy? What if it rains? If it rains, then my hair will be completely messed up, and then I have to go back to a shop and then get it done all over again and pay money. And then what if it rains after that time? No. And I'm from Illinois, where the weather changes like that. So no, I was done with it. When we moved, I was done. I was not about to live my life like that, where I'm constantly worried about what's gonna happen, what the weather's gonna be like, how that affects my hair. Like if I go outside right now and it's raining, and like the most that I'm gonna get annoyed with is if something I'm wearing might be ruined. But I don't think I have anything that would be ruined by a little bit of water. And I was tired of acting like a little sugar cube where I'll melt if I get wet. Like, you don't know how many times where it was just like, I would like to go swimming, but I just got my hair done. I'm so done with that. Like, I'm just done with the worry, and that feels good. I worry about if my scalp is getting enough oil, if I need to stock up on the products that I use on a regular basis. Those are small worries in comparison, and I love that. I love that I don't have to stress so much every day about something that grows out of my scalp. Nobody's looking at me like, after all that hard work, what you think in your head, all that hard work, somebody's still out there looking at you like, aren't you going to do something with your head? Have you ever had a twist out that you worked hard on? You did it the night before, you slept uncomfortably, you took it down and made sure it looked nice in the morning just to get somewhere, and somebody looks at you like, so you're not going to do nothing with that? Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that feeling. And that is honestly something that I know that a lot of people who are natural deal with. And I'm not gonna say that, when you're going through the phase of being just starting out with baby locks or transitioning into teenage locks, that you're not gonna have days where you think that, oh my God, my hair is completely insane, and everybody's gonna be like, what is happening with that person's head? But to be honest, I don't know anybody out there who wouldn't notice, who wouldn't acknowledge what's happening. Like, yeah, your head might look kind of a mess, but I know what you're doing. You're starting locks. That's just part of it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody just starting out who looked pristine all the time. But either way, you got to respect a person who is trying to do something. And I am just grateful to not have to worry as much about what other people think. But that's it. Those are my 5 reasons why I love locks so much. And I love to go on my tangents, as you guys know. But if you guys have not seen my previous videos, go ahead and check it out. I'll go ahead and leave it in the, what do you call those things? Those cards at the end of the video. Go ahead and check out my lock horror stories if you have not already. Thank you again to my new subscribers and anyone who has taken the time to reach out to me about any of my videos. I also have started up a new email address to take in any of your lock horror stories, and also any suggestions or comments that you want to send me directly. Feel free to use that email for that purpose. And yeah, check me out on social medias. I don't know why I have to keep telling you guys, like, why you keep making me say this. Why? Anyway, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all, and have a great day. Bye.